Hello, everybody and everybody else. My name is ScriptCat, and this is ScriptCat Says. Hi, guys. It has come to my attention that Mark Stout of Frauditors Exposed fame has found our little Maryland frauditor, and he has quite a lot to say about it. I'm going to go through and let you see the live stream that Mark Stout did, and I'm going to cut it up a little bit and let you see what he's been doing with our little Annapolis auditor.
Let's see what Annapolis Audit is up to today. All right. So he posted this a few months ago. So this is what he says in his description. Okay. I had to add new commentary, re-edit the video, and upload it again so that YouTube knows I'm not glorifying anything. Okay, so what happens is what probably happened to him. I've had this problem when I was a frauditor. If you upload content, and you all know this, if you upload content that doesn't have context to it, if you just upload a video of something controversial, YouTube will not monetize that video. Okay, the video has to be presented in context. So apparently, what Annapolis Audit tried to do was probably post this video and to trigger a bunch of people. Okay, he probably just posted the video, let everybody watch and get mad, and then YouTube demonetized it. So what he did was he went back, he took the video down, added some commentary to it, okay, so that it could be monetized. I'm just posting my personal experiences for all to use as a learning experience, however they may view it. So he's calling this a learning experience, folks. Okay. We've already seen from yesterday, this guy does not learn from his experiences. Thank you all for the support and for getting my channel to 11K subs. I couldn't do this without you. If you would like to donate to the cause and help the fight, Venmo, PayPal. Complaint has been filed. Okay, here we go. My little brother's best friend and someone I considered a little brother as he lived with us on and off for years was murdered on 7/5/2020 here in Annapolis, Maryland. My brother's phone was taken as evidence as he left it behind at the scene to go to the hospital and check on his friend. Okay, I didn't know any of this, folks. I didn't know what had happened. I saw a comment in my chat yesterday where Internet God had said that Annapolis Audit's brother was a murder suspect, and I knew that just didn't even sound right. But I didn't read this description, and I also didn't watch this video, the whole thing, until now, okay? Because I wanted to watch it with all of you. So this is new information to me. So here's what happened, apparently. The brother is not a murder suspect, okay? The brother is a friend of the murder victim, all right? The detectives told him he could have it back if he came and answered some basic questions along with one of his friends that was present at the party. When we arrived at the CID building in Millersville, Maryland, down the street from the HQ, we were greeted by detectives Lewis, and I immediately asked if he had a warrant to keep the phone as evidence. He informed me he did. While my brother was upstairs, the other young man's mother arrived on scene, and over the course of an hour, she smoked 2 cigarettes. So apparently Annapolis Audit's little brother's friend, not the victim, but his other friend, is also with Annapolis Audit's brother. They tried to come and tell us we weren't allowed to go back outside anymore, and if we did, we would be locked out for good. I obviously pushed back against that and said it was a public building and we can come and go from lobby to smoke a cigarette if we please, and asked again for the warrant. They brought my brother down and he asked where his phone was, and I asked once again for the warrant. They eventually brought the warrant down and no phone. They told my brother that my big ass mouth is the reason he wasn't getting his phone. Really, it was because he didn't answer any of their questions. He lives by a different code than I do, and even though it was his friend, he chose to remain silent and not get involved in the investigation. They told us we had to leave or be arrested, so we started to leave. As we did, he says out loud, not screaming, but yes, in a louder tone, "What the F, give me my phone." to which Detective McGregor Jr. stepped into the door path and proceeded to slam my brother. I tried to tell him to chill as I saw my brother hit his head, and as I tried to tell him, I was shoved into the wall, causing a giant hole. Eventually pulled out of the hole and was choked and slammed up against the glass. Eventually pulled out of the hole and was choked and slammed up against the glass. So of course they wanted to redact that part of the video. He was arrested and I went straight to HQ to file a complaint with IA, which then led me to where I was at when I went to fill out the PIA request for this info. My mother called up 6 months later to get the phone back, and instead of returning her calls, Detective Lewis called the victim's mother and said we were trying to stop them from finding the killer by asking for the phone back, which led to her harassing and threatening my mother and family. Detective Lewis, lead detective and the only other officer of color in the video. Yeah, so folks, I don't even know what this guy, he doesn't even know what's going on, man. He can't even tell a damn story. I don't even know what's going on at this point based on his description. Who knows? Yeah, so I don't know. Let's watch the video and see.
All right, what is up, squad? What is up? Here we are back again because for whatever reason, YouTube be on that bullshit and is demonetizing.
Can everybody hear and see the video?
Gee whiz, man, I wonder why.
Videos that I put up. Anyway, let's get into it. On July 5th, 2020, my little brother's best friend and someone that I considered a little brother was murdered here in Annapolis, Maryland. No suspects have been named. There have been no arrests made. Nothing of the sort.
See, he keeps saying murdered. You know what I think? He won't say how. Okay, why don't you just say what happened to the person? That's highly, highly suspicious.
Was some evidence collected at the crime scene. One of those items being a cell phone that was owned by my little brother. They told him that if he came and answered some questions as to, if he was at the party or whatever the fuck they wanted to know, that he could have his phone back. I took him and his friend there. The friend's mother met us there. They were just ignorant from the get-go. I asked if they had a warrant to keep the phone as evidence. They eventually did, after many hours, bring me the warrant. In between that, they proceeded to harass us for the kid's mother going outside to smoke cigarettes. They said we're not allowed to go to and from, even though it was a public building during business hours, which was incorrect. We were also told that after my brother answering questions, they brought down the warrant finally after my 5th or 6th time asking for it. They showed us the warrant. They rejected to allow him to have his phone back. And they told us that we needed to leave the property or else we would be arrested for trespassing. Ultimately, they were upset because my little brother did not want to answer any questions. He did not want to give any statements or go on the record for anything. They were very upset with him for that and wanted to retaliate and chose to use me as the scapegoat.
Because you're so special, they had to take it out on you.
They blamed it on my, as they would say, big-ass mouth, which, yeah, I have. Sure, 100%. Not going to lie about it.
We'll all agree about that. At least he owns up to it.
Ultimately, while we were leaving the property, as you'll see in the video, I am a few feet ahead of my brother. He's trying to ask why it is he's being, not given his phone after he was told if he came up here that he could have his phone back, this, that, and the third. They attempt to obstruct the doorway, which I don't know how he was supposed to leave if you're obstructing the doorway. He did get a little vocal and uttered just one phrase of, "Give me my fucking phone." And you can see him step up to the gentleman, maybe a little aggressively. His stance was a little aggressive. Were his hands down at his side? Yeah. Did any other officer's body language?
See, folks, this is what happens when people try to be something that they're not. Okay, that's a picture of the victim. I think there were 2 people shot, 1 passed away. So rest in peace to this young man right here, okay?
Mad props to Frauditors Exposed, aka Mark Stout, for his exposition of this particular situation. Mark always has a knack for finding the truth about these kinds of things, and I surely appreciate him shining a light on Annapolis audits. Remember, Scriptcat says, back the blue so it won't happen to you. Bye for now.